Everyone's saying that, and I agree. You know, Alessa's just a little sparkier, just has a little more edge to her surfing, but I think this is such a classic coin flip because Bianca, she seems to make perfect decisions in heats.
As a CT competitor, Rookie of the Year back in 2013, in 8th position, climbed up to 7th, and then last year was 4th in the world. But here goes Alessa now, the Hawaiian. Solid start here. Finding that rhythm on those first 2 turns. Getting a little caught up on the finish, but still sticking that last move. Plenty of time on the clock, a 35-minute heat to decide the quarterfinalist who will take on Sally Fitzgibbons.
So it's almost a shame she's not surfing this afternoon.
Well, here we go. Just over 33 minutes to go. Bianca, she finds a bigger wave. Solid first turn. Second turn gets her board up there near vertical. Winds through a curve, bit of a hiccup through that maneuver, but multiple turns and really surfing with some added flow, which was maybe missing on the bowl the first couple of days that she competed out there. And Alessa is up again, and this is already shaping up to be a great heat. Some solid exchanges in the opening minutes.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's just exactly what we're talking about was on display. Bianca, slower pace, but such efficiency during her routine on a wave.
Be able to throw down some major turns and fetch some excellent numbers.
Yeah, 100%. And Winky Pop is predictable too compared to Bells. As you see the speed right there. So she's going to have to expose Bianca with that speed. She is quicker off the bottom. She's got a nice pivoty bottom turn, steeper angle of attack. But you can see the little mini mistakes that she makes. Now, this is just pure efficiency. Nothing wrong on this wave. 2 clean hits. Cut back there, just a tiny bobble. So the judges won't be really happy with that one blemish on this wave, but other than that, again, I'd be surprised if it's not going to be a really big score.
Well, just over 28 minutes remaining, and the scores are in from that last exchange, and Bianca gets the biggest number, 7.17. Alessa Quizon, she puts a 6.67 on the board. She's also counting on a 3 at this stage, so she's out in front. The South African after a 2.5 to get herself into the lead. Superstars of women's surfing, including Steph Gilmore, who's in the next heat against Malia Manuel. A great fight to see. He's going to take on Carissa Moore in the quarters. But right now, Alessa Quizon on her 3rd wave, looking to better a 3 to push further ahead of Bianca. And there's some of that fins-free surfing that Ross Williams was talking about, and not done with this wave just yet. Really on the attack here. A smaller ride, but getting a lot of damage done. And I think Alessa is really taking a lot of confidence from the performances of her boyfriend Kyle Belly competing in the men's event.
You know, that's something that could rub off on you and really do you nothing but favors. When you're surfing against someone, you got to have some swagger. And she definitely looks like she got some swagger on this wave right here. I'm loving this angle. You can actually appreciate the height of the wave. And she got her swerve on. A lot of nice steep pivot bottom turns. And there's that crisp, fast snap off the top. And she really is exposing the difference between her and Bianca in sheer speed. And so, you know, just a lot of zip. I really can appreciate this ride here. I think it's going to, you know, it might even be better than Alessa's 6.67. So she might add a little bit of pressure here for Bianca, who I'm sure when Bianca kicked out of her wave, she was feeling like she was in control. She's going to lose that after the score.
And the score comes through at a 5.5. So a smaller wave, but you'd have to say job done there for Alessa. Improving her lead. She'll be rewarded for it. That last wave was pretty small, but she managed to push her lead higher. Here she is, looking at a set wave. Without priority, she picks this one off. Stronger turn and a little different on the approach this time. Winding through another nice backhand carving top turn. Nice pocket snap. Would love to get a steeper section to work with there. Really teed up that last lip nicely. And she's going to kick out on the inside. The 5.5 might be dropped from the scoreline and replaced with something solid here.
But Pete Mel said it, there is 2 peaks out there, and Alessa was just trying to kind of hide from Bianca, and so she kind of snuck this one under her guard. Much bigger wave though, and you can see pretty easy to see those big moves off the top. So 3 or 4 nice cracks. This is where the wave kind of slowed down a little bit. That last maneuver right there, I like that, how she had a pretty tight little arc to it and actually threw a nice amount of spray.
Highest scoring wave of Heat 1, round 4. Alessa Quizon puts a 7.5 on the board. She has moved pretty long way ahead of Bianca at this stage. The South African is chasing a 7.01, 17 and a half minutes to go. Point break style.
Yeah.
That's going to suit these long winky walls. But just like Alessa Quizon, Tatiana west of Webb, she can definitely whip a big backhand snap. As we see Bianca driving down the line, has some speed to use on this manoeuvre, drifts that tail, but disengages. And it's a move you just have to get spot on, timed perfectly down here with a light offshore blowing, otherwise you will get hung up. And Bianca, she didn't quite nail that one, Ross. You see surfers, like you said, when you're up against the wall and you think you need a major turn to turn a heat, you can sometimes go a little too hard, and there might be more points actually on offer down the line. As we see Alessa up, trying to extend her lead once again, driving down the line, really whipping at the moment, trying to get better than a 6.67 from this wave. Oh, a great exchange unfolding here as Bianca takes off on the wave behind. Maybe this ride has a better pace. She times her approach to the lip a little different this time, but a little bit wobbly coming out of that turn.
So let's look at Bianca's first. She had the second wave of the set. And there's that nice pace. Nice crack off the top. Another whip, so some spray, a little variation there. And that third turn was really nice, on the money, but just a little bobble. She thought, maybe I'll do a fourth turn, and almost caught an edge. So not the cleanest finish, but 4 nice maneuvers for Bianca. And there's that speed difference from Alessa Quizon, but just more of a snap. That one a little more whip to it, a little more drawn out. I really like that last turn.
So she's watching the event unfold, but Malia just surfing so well in 2016 as Bianca lights up that first section, but tries to just get a bit of a transition foam climb in and gets hung up.
Well, the scores have finally dropped, Ronnie, and it looks like Alessa has pulled away a little bit. The judges really like that closing maneuver.
8.17 for the Hawaiian. She is well out in front now, and Bianca needs an 8.5. I like the first turn at the start of that last ride for the South African. Well, here goes Bianca now in response. Strong turn to get started. Mixes it up. Goes to the rail. It's a smaller wave, though, than Alessa had, and she needs a bigger number, an 8.5. I think that big major turn was missing, that Alessa had to finish off her wave, and we're waiting for the scores to come in. 3 minutes to go. Highline choices at the start of their ride. So both these competitors, I think, really evenly matched on the backhand. Bianca's first turn there was so strong, but this wave just died.
Yeah, it got a little frothy, and again, the pace of the wave.
Just trying to keep it together. There's only 40 seconds to go. The judges really loved that first turn on that last ride, and it came through at a 7.8. So Bianca's still chasing a 7.88.
That was closer than I thought. The judges really love those first 2 snaps. So you're right. You know, it wouldn't have taken much for Bianca to win this heat. Had she had better wave selection, it would have been tough for Alessa to get the nod, but got to give Alessa credit, man. She's surfing fast, kind of spunky, and you know, I really believe that cracking off the top, that speed, it's gotten her the nod.
Well, she applied some pressure early on. There's only a couple of seconds remaining now. The hooter is about to sound, and Alessa's got to be careful here, because in that situation, even when you've got priority, once the hooter goes, priority is gone because the heat is actually over. So Bianca then could have really forced the issue.
Did that happen? I couldn't hear the horn.
Well, that was an interesting situation, and that's exactly what we saw with Michelle Perez and Sebastian Zietz over at Trestles. But I think the fact that Bianca didn't force the issue and keep surfing down the line, Alessa might have...
I couldn't hear the horn. Did you hear the horn? Was it between the two standing up?
I was just watching the clock wind down.
That'd be interesting, because Bianca, you know, she definitely, I mean, she didn't have the opportunity to go down the line because Alessa was right there. So if she wanted to argue that, she could. We couldn't hear the horn here in the booth at Bell's, so that's very interesting. She kind of ripped that wave too.
Alessa went
Yeah.
bananas on that thing. But we are now just waiting to see the outcome of that heat.
Yeah, I'm down here on side, and to me, I'm sitting here watching, and it was clearly she stood up before. Both of them stood up before the heat, or before the heat ended. So I would say that's a no issue. You know, I'm not up there in the officials' tower, but I'll say that for me watching, that's what I felt.
Well, it looks like the result has been locked in, Pete, and it looks like Alessa Quizon is marching on through to the quarterfinals. She's going to take on Sally Fitzgibbons. Some big heats coming our way as Bianca Buitendag looks to digest a tough loss here in Heat 1 of round 4. And a great result for the young Hawaiian taking on Sally in quarterfinal number 1.